There really is a concerted attempt to deny you the freedom to speak and the freedom to hear and read what you wish to hear and read. I am truly horrified by this struggle by the mainstream media and social media to shut down anyone that disagrees with them. This is sick and twisted, and I am sickened by this attack on your ability to obtain the kinds of facts that you need to see the future clearly. And yes, they really do want to control what and how you think. We already heard about the foul attack of Jim Jefferies on Avi Yemini and the attempt to suppress any disagreement over vaccines. So let's dig a little deeper and talk about my articles being shadow banned on the Google search engine. And I am inspired to talk about this after reading a Breitbart article titled, Jeff Landry, All Options Are on the Table to Break Big Tech Monopolies. Last week I talked about epistemology, the study of how we know what we know and how we know that it is true. Well, we have a huge problem when the companies that govern the pipeline for discovering information are making it impossible for you to find that information. For instance, do a Google search for my article, The Truth About Israel, and make sure that you put that search in double quotation marks so that the search engine will not be confused by what you are looking for. On Google, you will not find my article no matter how deep you go into the search results. My article will not be found, period. You will only find it on Google if you know that I wrote it and put it on and put in the word Omega Shock after your search term. So, unless you know who wrote on the subject that you are researching, there is a huge amount of information that you will be unable to find. Why? I cannot be completely certain of why this is. Google used to let you dig as deep as you wanted in their search results. Now they don't. But notice what happens when you use DuckDuckGo or Bing or Yahoo. My article appears on the first page of their search results, or the second. Even Yandex, the Russian search engine, finds my article, but not Google. I even did a Google search for the video that I did last year on the 2018 edition of The Truth About Israel. Did I find it? No. But I did find some guy named Aaron Goldberg who has 379 subscribers. I found his video and it had all of, wait for it, 515 views. Then I went to YouTube and searched for it via YouTube search. I found it. It's this one. No, I won't give you the link. You can look for it yourself. Will you find it? I don't know. YouTube might even be letting me find the video just to keep me from going berserk. But there's a serious problem when you cannot find something because Google refuses to give it to you. And yes, this really is a problem. After all, you can find my articles on Yahoo, Bing, and DuckDuckGo, but not Google. That's why there is this discussion of why Google must be broken up. They have too much power over what you know. They have the power to suppress vital information so that you cannot see reality. They want to manage your window into reality so that you don't think thoughts that they don't want you to think. Now, not all of my articles are suppressed. The one on the Dunning-Kruger effect has not been suppressed yet. And you can find my article titled The Cemetery. But do I need to go through all of my articles to find out which ones that they are suppressing? And in case you are wondering if my article about Israel got too stale for Google, I did a search for the article that I did before that one. It's Jacob's Trouble Approaches. I found that article just fine. So why is Google suppressing my article? Does it ruin too many closely held beliefs? Is it too Christian? What is the reason for them suppressing that article? The first version of that article was written in 2017, and I only did a second version of it because that first one was suppressed so thoroughly and suddenly. In fact, I wrote the first version as a way to push back against the anti-Semites and to neutralize the lies that were being passed around. And whenever I saw anti-Semites lying about Israel, I would search on Google for my article and paste a link to it in the comment sections because Google was just so convenient. If I saw anti-Semites trashing Israel, I'd do a quick Google search, copy, paste, done. It was so easy to do until they stopped allowing my article on their search engine. It's not like I was doing a lot of this. I actually don't have all that much time to hunt down anti-Semites. Could it be that the article was just too effective? Did the anti-Semites get too hot and bothered by it and run screaming to Google to have it censored? I don't know. But I do know one thing. Google is deliberately censoring its search results. Other search engines aren't. And as I branch out into other social media platforms, I'm wondering if the censorship against Omega Shock will increase. The internet was meant to be a way for people to obtain facts and truth. It was supposed to facilitate the free flow of ideas and information. When she began, Google helped us do that, but not now. Now you get propaganda, and as with any good propaganda, you do get some truth. But it's truth that has been massaged and distorted. Welcome to the last days. And then I saw an article on Consortium News. Twitter restricts account of Julian Assange's mother. This is sickening. The mother of Julian Assange has been trying to push back against the lies being told about her son, and she is working hard to get him released from his virtual house arrest in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. All that she is doing is advocating for her son, and the dirtbags at Twitter are restricting her account. This is a dark and cruel world that we live in, and the dirtbags are running it. And then I was amused to see the claim on Yahoo News that social media giants duck for cover as Washington grows fed up. Washington is fed up? Really? But are we going to actually see them do anything? Of course not. Google and Facebook pay them too much bribe money, so they'll just talk and do nothing. I'm sorry, but you and I know what a disgusting world that we live in. Then we saw the war against us heat up with this Zero Hedge article. After blocking Zero Hedge and others, New Zealand telcos demand big tech, I'm being attacked by a mosquito, censorship surge to protect consumers. So now they are protecting consumers from information by banning website addresses? How does this protect consumers while at the same time they allow the most horrible pornography in the world to pass through? What is it that they are protecting their consumers from? What insanity is this? Have they lost their minds? Then we are back to Breitbart with an article titled, Journalist Accuses Twitter of Testing More Extreme Shadow Ban Technique on his account. If you've been around long enough on Omega Shock or the ShockCast, you've seen proof that Twitter shadow bans people. And I've shown you the proof that they are lying about it. Now they're upping their game. Here's a quote from the Breitbart article. Quote, Twitter confirmed to me today via email that it did shadow ban one of my tweets about Lisa Page's congressional testimony in order to keep people safe. Twitter deliberately deleted the tweet /URL, yet kept it visible for me when I was logged in, so I'd think it was still up, Davis explained. Twitter claimed in its email to me that it mistakenly removed a completely anodyne tweet about public congressional testimony, but didn't explain why it left the tweet and metrics showing no engagement visible. To me, when I was logged in, is conning users a bug or a feature? Twitter gave me no notice or explanation when it shadow banned one of my tweets about Russian interference in our elections, he continued. But what's worse is how Twitter apparently gives its users the fraudulent impression that their tweets, which Twitter secretly bans, are still public. Twitter has previously denied shadow banning users, including Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, Republican of Florida. And last year, the big tech company declared, "We do not shadow ban. You are always able to see the tweets from accounts you follow, although you may have to do more work to find them, like go directly to their profile. And we certainly don't shadow ban based on political viewpoints or ideology." Close quote. And remember that Project Veritas showed us that Twitter engineers shadow ban anyone that talks about guns, God, or America. or has an American flag and a cross. If you need more on that, just go to projectveritas.com, where you will see their dishonest and dirty tactics. Notice how this adds an interesting dimension to the vaccine debate. Since social media and news organizations have been caught lying to us, we just cannot trust them to tell us the truth. Even if they are telling us the truth, we cannot trust them because they've been lying to us so much. Do you see how this works? The bottom line is that Twitter has been caught lying to us, and they are still lying to us, and it will take a very, very, very long time before Twitter can recover its reputation, assuming that they start being honest now and will forever stay honest. Right. None of you believe that Twitter will ever be honest or stay honest. You and I aren't stupid. Then Zero Hedge added their own sense of shock at what Twitter was doing on this issue with an article titled, "Twitter Admits Shadow Banning Lisa Page Tweet by Federalist Co-Founder to Keep People Safe." So, they said that they did this for our own good, to protect us. Really? There are facts that are just too true, too damaging, and we must be protected from them. Seriously? Well, let me quote Zero Hedge in their awe at this utter insanity. Here's the last bit of what they said. Quote, "In short, Twitter did not want the public to consider the irony of Hillary Clinton's campaign paying for a foreign national to collude with Russians against Donald Trump, while the FBI scrambled to prove the Trump campaign did. Unreal." In other censorship news, Zero Hedge is now banned in New Zealand and much of Australia following our reporting on the Christchurch terror attacks. Sorry, citizen, some facts are just too dangerous for your own good. Close quote. Yes, dangerous facts should not be allowed. Here, look at some pictures of kittens. Aren't they just adorable? Just like Twitter.